Hey YouTube world, we are back with another unboxing. These are just an accumulation of all of the deals and steals that I have found over the past couple of months. And I think I've accumulated enough to actually do a video. Actually, there's a lot of things. Might have to make it into 2 different videos, but with the end of season sales that are happening, I know there are certain ones like the Nordstrom anniversary sale. I usually don't buy anything from there just because I don't think the deals are that good. The percentages off and whatnot just doesn't appeal to me. I have a really good pulse on how much items should be and what is the rock bottom prices before I'll make those purchases. And if you aren't following me on Instagram, definitely do so. I post a very curated list on my stories that I think are good deals. If they're not good enough, I'm not gonna post them for you. So with that said, let's just get right into it. Q decided she was done with me and needed some alone time. Hence, I now have space to kind of pile everything up that I want to go over with you, starting with some skincare. Normally, if you've been with me for a while, I would say wait till the cooler months before you restock on a lot of the skincare, but when summer deals are happening and they're really good products, I just stock up. I don't like having my skincare products to be sitting in a hot truck. I don't know, this is just all in my mind, but go with me here. Starting off with Make. If you guys haven't heard of Make cosmetics or skincare, they are actually pretty fantastic. I know a lot of influencers or skinfluencers have toted them and really hyped them up, but I haven't heard too much of them recently. But they are reformulating a lot of their products. So they were doing a clearance, and every piece that I've bought from them prior to this have always been a really good experience. So there's this Supercell Deep Moisture Cream, and this is incredibly thick, which is something I really enjoy using even during the summertime, especially during the winter time, because I do have relatively dry skin. So excellent. I think this is like $15 right now when they're normally like $50, $40-ish. I'll make sure to post all of the links down below. The other 2 items I picked up is this pre-cleanse fluid. So basically this is an oil cleanser. The thing about Make skincare is that all of their packaging is extremely luxurious. So this is going to be a first cleanse to get off all the sunscreen as well as makeup. So that's something I'm excited to try. And you know I love essences or toners, especially when it is a rice essence. Hydration, hydration, hydration. Even when it is humid outside, because there's AC happening in here, I always make sure to load up on hydration so that my skin is feeling plumped and not irritated. So this was like $15. Again, normally they're like $30 or $40. So I'm excited to try this as well. I also got one of their sculpting brown tint, and my goodness, the packaging is just so luxurious. And I think, again, this is also at $15, but basically you just rub this, you know, kind of pluck up your eyebrow lashes with this wand. It's not a mascara wand, even though it looks like it, but this is just super luxurious. And lastly, a lip mask. I know everybody is talking about the Laneige one. I personally do not like the Laneige lip mask, and I like the Naturium one. And then this one is actually a free gift because I purchased over $50. I've bought their lip balm, which is what I started with. Phenomenal formula where it looks like it feels like a serum and it goes on. I'm not wearing it today, but love that formula. Definitely give that a try. I know Prime Day just finished not too long ago, and literally the entire YouTube community, Instagram, you are just bombarded left and right when it comes to Prime Day and all of the sales. To be honest, like I think it's kind of scammy when it comes to Prime Day. The first year or 2 when they did it was completely fine. The deals were actually great. However, recent years, the past 2 or 3 years, I think Prime Day is kind of scammy. I did link a video. I'll link her video down below. It gives you the basics. I mean, I already knew majority of what she covered, but basically it's just a traditional old age tactic or strategy where, you know, Black Friday, they jack up the prices and then say everything is 70% off. Kind of the same idea. So if you were to purchase anything that is quote unquote on sale, especially during Prime Day, you gotta remember, or at least if you purchased something before, to look at your receipt from your past orders and see what you paid for it, as opposed to Prime Day. It's 20% off, it's 30% off, or it's 50% off. Chances are the pricing is just, it's not great, right? You actually end up paying more or the same price as if it was non-Prime Day or the sale day. But I did pick up a couple things. I also made sure I did a quick Google to see other websites and make sure that it is actually a deal. So normally these face masks go for about $25 to $30-ish, maybe a little bit under that. And during Prime Day, they were selling these for $15. And I've purchased from VT, this brand before, where they do the Rido shot. So I do like their products, and I like stocking up on these face masks because I don't like purchasing the sheet mask where they come in one package and it's a one-time use kind of product. It's kind of wasteful in my opinion. I do use those when I'm traveling because I don't want to be carrying this massive box, right? But at home, if I'm just using a sheet mask, now these are a box of 30 each. And basically you just open it up, it's resealable, and you can just use a face mask, a sheet mask every, if it's your skin's on fire, let's just say, use it every night. If it's just for maintenance, for hydration, use it like once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week. You don't need to use it every night. And again, $15 for 30 of them as opposed to $2, $5 for one sheet mask. This is definitely a no-brainer, so I definitely stocked up on 90 days worth of supply right here. I also stocked up on these smaller pads. These are blemish pads, moisture pads, as well as peeling pads where it's more of exfoliating. I use these now in the morning. Sometimes I use micellar water because I don't like washing my face in the morning because it strips it too much with washing it too many times. Or I use one of these in the morning. So they're just smaller pads and I swipe it across my face to get it prepped for my morning skincare routine. And then if I need to, makeup, of course, my skincare routine does include sunscreen, which I'll talk about in a second here. But this one, $15 each when they're normally like $25. I think it is definitely a bang for your buck, and there are 100 pads. So if you don't want to use an entire sheet mask and maybe you're just doing spot treatments, like maybe just your cheeks are, a little bit dry, you can actually take, again, these come in 100. You can just take 1 or 2 and just stick it on your cheeks or maybe just your chin instead of using an entire sheet mask that you might not need that night or that day. So these were actually a great deal. Even if they're not on sale, I think they're usually like $22, still worth getting if you want to try one out. Speaking of sunscreen, I love Korean sunscreen and I am always exploring new sunscreen. However, I used to use this back in the day and completely forgot about it. But during my recent Scotland, England trip, I remembered that they sold these P20 in that particular country, and it's not something you can easily get here in the United States. Formulas in Europe as well as Asia for sunscreen is just so much better. I like this one in particular just because it does not irritate my eyes, it doesn't leave a white cast for me, and this one has a better staying power than most Korean sunscreens. This one, it says it's up to 10 hours of durability, and you can layer it under your skincare or on top of your skincare and underneath your makeup. So if I'm using Korean sunscreen, again, I feel like they wear off a little bit faster. I usually use it when I'm not planning on leaving for the entire day. Now, if I'm leaving for the entire day and I don't want to, ruin my makeup by reapplying, this is something I would apply underneath, let it dry down for 10-15 minutes before I put on my makeup and feel very secure with my sunscreen protection for the entire day. So this is an excellent, excellent formula. Last skincare item before we jump into the handbags, accessories, etc. I did do a refill of my little beauty sponge. I do wash my beauty sponge, but sometimes they start falling apart. This literally the best beauty sponges, and it's like $7 or $8 for a pack of 6 of them, if I can count. Okay, for real, one more thing I totally forgot. This is something I highly recommend when the sun is strong, during the summer, during the winter, whatever the case is. If you're going out on a walk with your children, with your dogs, etc., get yourself one of these instead of just like a random like baseball cap, because that doesn't cover enough. This is going to cover the left side, the right side, the bottom, and your forehead. It's like a little bonnet. I did wear this on the boat during 4th of July, and my boyfriend was just like, all right, chill out, Handmaid's Tale. I'm like, under his eye. And this is kind of like a visor. It's not like your entire head is covered like the Handmaid's Tale. You can get it in other colors if you think this is too close to white. It comes in like black, gray, etc. I personally just like, you know, lighter colors in general because it's contrasting my hair as opposed to just a big blob of black with my dark hair. 2 jewelry items I want to show you. This one is by Jennifer Fisher. You know I love Jenny Bird. Apparently all of the women that is named Jennifer or Jenny, if you design jewelry, I apparently really like your items. The first item I picked up was from, I think, the Prime Day sale. However, it was through ShopBob. There are a lot of fantastic deals on ShopBob, and this one was one of them. Very similar to the Jenny Bird one. I don't know if they're related, but maybe one stole the other idea. I don't know, but the one I originally have, I think it's called a Walter bracelet from Jenny Bird, and it's got a magnet. Well, guess what? This one also has the magnet in the silver color. So super easy for you to take on and off on a daily basis because this is not solid, I guess, silver or solid gold. So it's gonna have a little bit more wear and tear. Consider it just kind of like fashion jewelry. But because it is so easy to take on and off, I don't mind buying cheaper jewelry, so to speak. And these were on sale on Prime Day for an extra, I think, 25% off. So I think this is a fantastic way and fun kind of accessory to add to your collection without breaking the bank. The other set of jewelry I got from Jennifer Fisher are these silver earrings, and they are just so pretty and elegant. And I think if you like combine them together, it looks kind of like an orchid, and you wear them on your ears. I feel like it is a very elegant way of zhuzhing up or pizzazzing up your very simple outfit like what I'm wearing today. And these are incredibly lightweight. They do come in the smaller version, which is what I have. They also have the much bigger version, which I think is a little too extreme. However, if you, again, have been with me for a while, you know I love my gold jewelry and I'm just like gold everything. However, I've been mixing and matching and shifting towards silver a lot more. I think it stemmed from getting silver jewelry from Hermes. I just didn't realize how bright and beautiful silver jewelry can be until I started wearing Hermes silver jewelry. Now, obviously you have to be picky and choosy on the kind of silver jewelry you wear, but Hermes really got me started on my silver kind of jewelry life. I'm just gonna wear these for the rest of the video. Okay, moving on to the leather goods here. Actually, I have more behind the camera. I did purchase from Dress Up Your Purse. If you haven't seen the video where I did a Q&A with Melody, who is the owner of Dress Up Your Purse, definitely go check that out. If you like indie brands and want to support small business owners, definitely Dress Up Your Purse is one of the brands I personally really enjoy. I purchased this all with my own money, and she usually does a lot of summer sales. Right now, I think at the time of uploading this video, she is doing a 30% off, I think her entire store. I'll make sure to link everything down in the pinned comments below, as well as the description box. If the sale is over, you can always use my code for 15% off. Full price or discounted, I think these are fantastic pieces. And obviously, you know I'm a sucker for pink. So when I saw this summer pink in the nano, I had to have it. I'm not so much like a Speedy, like a Louis Vuitton Speedy person, but this nano one is just so freaking adorable. And my biggest gripe with Hermes and pretty much any other brand, where when they do a pink, they always do silver hardware. Whereas this one, Melody picked gold hardware, which that's a winning combination for me. She did ship this in a pretty traditional looking box. Normally, a lot of her pieces, they do come in nicer boxes like this black one. Personally, I think this is completely fine. The box is not something I usually keep with her products anyway, so I think this is a much more cost-effective way for her to ship the bags, to keep it safe, and of course, provide a pretty luxurious experience. It does come with a really nice dust bag. I wish this was a drawstring dust bag, but I think that's a little bit more pricey, which of course, everything gets built into the price of the bag, so is this completely necessary? No, but if it's up to me, I would say a drawstring bag is always nicer because I can repurpose it to use for something else. The strap is fully leather. Normally with the bigger pieces, I think she also includes a canvas strap. However, for this one, it only comes with one leather strap because this is a very small bag, hence I don't need a thicker strap or a wider strap. So I think the combination here is perfect. Do not be fooled with how tiny and adorable this bag is because it actually fits so much in here. Just to show you, I filled it up with a lot of items, and usually this is what I do carry, I want to say. So you do have to play a little bit of Tetris, but I do have my headphones, my car keys, my Invisalign case, which is actually pretty bulky. Guess what? I fit 2 phones in here. Again, I live the unfortunate life where I have to carry 2 phones. So you can see iPhone and then my Android Samsung. So 2 phones in here. My other dress up your purse pouch that I've had for a while, it's my catch off. I got lippies in here, I got mirror in here, I got tweezers in here, I got pain medicine in here, I've got everything in here, and it's just a fantastic catch all that I've been using for months. And it's just incredibly soft, so that fits in there as well. And then lastly, my card holder from Go Yard. So yeah, this thing fits so much items. And now, of course, I don't usually try to fit 2 phones in here. Usually one of them is in my hand or in my pocket. So I really only need to fit 1 phone in here and the other one I have readily available. This bag has just been a grab and go for me this entire summer because I've had this for a number of months already. Freaking love this thing. And one thing I will point out about an indie brand that some other brands like the bigger conglomerates don't even do. She actually put 2 zippers on the bag so that there's no left or right. If you're right-handed, if you're left-handed, if I'm gonna wear it in front or turn it around, you don't have to worry about that when you have 2 different zippers. Even Hermes needs to take a page out of her book because I've had I wanna say, I forget which bag, but it had a zipper, but it only came with 1 zipper. I just remember it was my Believe 35. It came with 1 zipper, which is like the most annoying thing ever. The other attention to detail that not even the big companies, the big conglomerates don't even pay attention to that she did is that for a smaller bag, it's hard to, again, I've got big man hands here. It's hard for you to reach in and out of your little tiny bag. She designed the bag so that it actually moves a little bit further down on the side of the bag as opposed to just letting it sit. The zipper open and close until the end of the bag. She went further so that it opens up a little bit more. The leather just feels amazing. However, none of her products, like any of her leather products, it does not smell like leather, which is unfortunate. I wish they smell like leather, but they don't. The feeling, the quality of leather is fantastic, so no complaints there. Looking at the stitching, looking at the glazing, everything is completely immaculate. And for the price of $179 or $180 retail, which again, you can either apply the 15% off, the 20% off, sometimes she does 30 or 40% off, it drops it down to like $100. Normally, I would say wait for the coupon code so that you can get the 30 or 40% off, but because she is a small business, she can only run limited batches and smaller batches. So once it sells out, you're gonna have to wait like a couple months before she can get another batch available for you. So yeah, I would say, hey, normally, like I said, save yourself an extra 40, 30, 50 bucks. However, these are already incredibly well priced. If you see it, definitely jump on it, get the color you want instead of waiting for the 30 or 40% coupon code. Like I said, I went a little ham and got myself a ton of SLG. I got the M case in the regular size. I wanted something a little bit bigger so I can put my cords in here and just be a little bit of a bigger catch-all. I've got my portable charger here, but when I travel, these are so important because it keeps you organized and not have cords flying everywhere. And because of the summer pink, I just love this color. I decided to get myself another one. I'm trying to keep everything myself, but I did purchase some of these as gifts, right? So I got myself a blue one. So she does have different packaging for certain items. So this one, the little key pouch came in the box, whereas this one came in like a plastic bag. So I'm not sure, there's not a whole lot of consistency there, but it's not a break deal. These are very well priced for very high quality items, but keep coming out with this summer pink because I just love this pink. This color combination is just beautiful. Oh, this one does come with a little key fob here, so I might put my keys on there. We'll see what happens. I just bought it because I love the color. And the last bag I purchased is another nano. This one is in the dusty pink. This one is in the summer pink. I did not purchase this one for myself. This is going to be a gift for a friend. The fact that I use my own money to purchase a bunch of these items for myself, obviously, and as gifts, I think it says a lot, right? Like, I would not be giving something that I think, again, me being the purse person, all of my friends are like, go to Nikki. She knows what to get you. She knows what good quality is. She's the purse lady. She's the purse fairy. Whatever the nickname I get on a daily basis, I'm not gonna purchase something as gifts to my friends if I don't believe in it or like the quality of it. So like I said, it says a lot if I'm purchasing her bags, Melody's bags, as gifts for my own friends. And then here's the strap that comes with it. All right, I think I'm gonna end the video here because I actually have a lot more items to show you. Some of them are fails. I do want to tell you why I'm returning them and why they are fails, but this video has gotten out of control. Too many items to cover, so do hit that subscribe button. If you are new here, drop a comment down below. Let me know you're new so I can welcome you to my channel. And of course, come back for the second part where I show you more handbags. Actually, there's 1, 2, 3 more handbags that I purchased that I'll get to next time. So life is hard. I want to help you save time and money so that you can somehow adult easier and hopefully less than retail. This is all under retail. Just saying, follow me on Instagram. I will tell you all of the deals. I'll see y'all next time.